Hey, what's up and hello? This is the Chris Nicole bringing you my views on life, love, and the world of entertainment through my eyes. And this is my review on Inmate to Roommate Season 2, Episode 9. And it's titled, When Will I Be Free? And I have a lot to say about that title too, especially from the person who actually said that. But yeah, if I had to rate this episode, I would give it a B minus. Wasn't, spectacular, but there were some things again that kind of annoyed me, but still a pretty decent episode. Hey Nene, hey Lansky, hey Vanessa. Let me know what you would rate this episode as well. But yeah, I would say a B minus. Still decent. Was able to get through it without stopping. Hey Leo, what's up? What's up? So, especially of course what we saw with Mark and Annalisa, that's why I said to jail or to hell, and we'll get into that. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey Shayla. Hey Shayla. So let's get into it because we have two lives tonight. We have Inmate to Roommate, and then of course we have our infamous Love After Lockup after this. So let's start. And I'm sick of this girl. I'm sick of her. I'm sick of all of her complaining, but she ain't doing nothing about it because she claims to be so desperate. Meanwhile, she got 3 adult sons. If you're that desperate, baby, see if your sons can chip in and you don't have to have a damn roommate, because I'm over this shit. I'll call her Miss Naggy. Okay? Miss Naggy, because she is just a nagger to no end. Emily is trying to unclog her sink, okay? And she says she's been trying for days and Jason hasn't helped. All right, so that's her main thing. Jason has not helped, and she's complaining about how he just does nothing around the house and all of that stuff. Now, the last time I checked, she just wanted the money. We didn't see any ground rules, if I'm not mistaken, besides money paid on time, don't bring people at her house. Those were the things. Now, if she had rules about chores and all of that other stuff, I don't think we saw that. But apparently she just wants to nag about everything at this point. So she's like, oh, this sink is clogged. And she's like, can you help me? Can you help me with unclogging this sink? And he's like, yeah, I'll help you, but, I have to go somewhere. Okay, so he's like, I gotta go somewhere. And she's like, I mean, I've been asking you, you haven't been helping me. And he was like, well, I have to go somewhere, but look, let me see if I can do something really quick. So he goes, gets the plunger from the bathroom. Okay. And she's like, what is that? That's the plunger from the bathroom that you put in the toilet? He's like, yeah. And she's like, that's gross. It is gross, but at the same time, he's coming with a solution. All right. He's coming with the solution. You don't like the solution, but he's coming up with one. But she's like, oh my gosh, that's gross. So everything that Jason does to her is stupid, is pointless. He's just up to no good. So why do you have him still in your house? Why? I'm sure your 3 sons can hopefully come up with $50 to $100 each every month to help you or something, because at this point, this is ridiculous. So she's like, that's gross. And he's like, look, I mean, I try to come up with a solution. You don't like the solution. I'm thinking maybe this could help in about 10 minutes to fix it. Now, look, let's be clear. I doubt he'll fix it. I mean, if I have a clogged sink, first thing you try to do is, the Drano, the bleach. Exactly, Leo, the bleach. I've never heard anyone use a plunger. So I'm thinking, like, if Drano's not fixing it, if bleach is not fixing it, then you may need to call someone. Okay, so at that point, like, you just may need to call someone, but she just wants to complain when it comes to him. And so he's like, you're never satisfied. And he's like, look, I have to go. And so he goes out of the house and he gets to a car, and she comes out of the house following him with her damn dog. And she's like, really? Hey, Alicia. She's like, really? Like, you're just going to leave? Like, you don't do anything. You're a lazy ass. So it's gotten to the point where the girl who picks up Jason is like, who is that, your mom? And she could have said it to be insulting, but at the same time, she is complaining and nagging like she is a mom. But here's the thing with Alicia. Alicia says, I'd rather be a mom than a bleep. And my guess on what that bleep was, that means that she probably said she was a streetwalker, aka working girl. That's what my guess is. And Emily, you're lucky she didn't get out that car and whoop your ass. Whose birthday was it? Oh, Leo. Happy belated birthday, you guys. Happy belated birthday to Leo. I definitely have to give you a shout out in the community wall, and happy birthday to all the Leos out there. Happy birthday. But yes, you guys, say happy birthday to crew member Leo. So she's lucky that woman didn't get out and kick her ass. And she's just like, you're a lazy ass or whatever. Just, I'm so sick of you. Like, just get out. I'm sick of you. What's up, Ty? How are you? So I'm just thinking, yeah, you keep saying that, but if he gave you money, you would take it in a heartbeat. So who's really the streetwalker working girl? Because it seems like you acting like a streetwalker working girl, where as soon as somebody give you some money, you ain't got nothing to say and you willing to deal with whatever. So with that being said, she's complaining to the producers and talking to them in one of her rooms. And the next thing you know, there is a loud knock at the door, like banging like it's the freaking police. And I was like, damn, is it the police? Because you just never know with Jason, you know what I mean? So Jason comes in where the producers are actually filming Emily, and he's like, were you expecting someone? She was like, no, and nobody I know would knock on my door like that. And I was like, oh, here we go. So at that point, this guy is there at the door and he wants to talk to Jason. Now, apparently, Jason has been sleeping around with this man's woman. Now, here's my thing here, you guys. Hey, Yuli, here's my thing. Typically, when you don't sign off on an agreement to show your face on a TV show that you weren't signed up for, your face is blurred. His face was clear as day. So let me ask y'all this. Do you guys think this was a production move or this was a real deal situation? Because they're arguing about apparently this woman that came over to, the house, one of many that has been over the house. And next thing you know, they get to tussling on the lawn. Okay, not one swing. Nothing is being done. I can't even call it wrestling. It was a straight up tussle, in my opinion. So I don't know, y'all, but considering the fact that this man's face was seen, he signed off on something. So if you signed off on something, how legit is it that you confronting this guy and you really ready to fight him over the situation? No one was blurred, Lansky. That's what I'm saying. This guy who randomly came over to Emily's house to confront Jason, his face was not blurred. His face was clear as day. Anyone could recognize him. So that means he had to sign off on something. So to me, it was all fraudulent because I was just like, why is your face being seen? That's just almost kind of like the last love after lockup or life after lockup with what's his name? What's the famous couple that admitted finally that he's possibly bisexual, Chance, when that guy confronted him about money that was from jail. His face was being seen too. So I'm like, y'all clearly signing off because you guys want to be seen. So to me, it feels like it's a production move. Okay, so Nina, you agree. You say the same thing. It definitely seems staged. Why did he happen to come? Exactly. Okay, so you guys are feeling what I'm saying. You're feeling what I'm saying. Like, this just don't even make any sense. Child, Emily should have gotten the broom for both this. I'm telling you. It just seemed too convenient, too staged. Yeah, I don't know. No, I haven't even started with them. Typically, whoever is on my thumbnail is the last person or second to last person I'm going to talk about, typically. Okay, so you definitely feel like it was staged. Exactly. So let me purge, sink or lawn, please. Tussling in the thank you. And tussling, no hits, no nothing. So to me, it seemed a little suspect, in my opinion. So after the fight or whatever the case may be, the producers break it up. And then after that, the guy just randomly leaves, doesn't continue to fight him, just randomly leaves. And then, of course, Emily is complaining again. Why? I don't like this. This is what's going on. And you need to find another place to stay. And, you're just always messing up. You're stupid. And she was like, if I was going to deal with this, I would stay with my ex-husband. I would have stayed with my ex-husband. I'm like, something tells me your ex-husband was tired of your ass a long time ago, because she just seems like a nagger. You cannot invite a freaking convict, a felon in your house with all of the freaking issues that you have with identity theft, and then literally think that everything is going to be like fine and dandy and you're not going to have any concerns. Like, if you're that crazy with complaining and nagging all the time, you either get another job or see if your sons can help you. Because at this point, I'm over the BS. I guarantee after that fight, if he would have just handed her $500, she would have stopped the nagging and would have kept it moving. So pick your choices, Emily, wisely. Do you want peace in your home or do you want money? Because dealing with Jason, you're not going to have peace. He's chaotic. He's a rebel. He likes to cause that type of drama. He's about drama. So you either want the money or you want the peace. Pick one, because I'm over it. He is going to flip on her with all that name call. Exactly. Because he was like, she act like she's known me for 10 plus years. This is why I always show this picture. He always looked like he's about to morph into someone else. Like, he looks like he should be on an episode of Snap. What up, Teef? Yes, please hit the like button. But yeah, I'm over. Yes, exactly. Give me peace. You know what I'm saying? Even if I have to work 2 or 3 jobs and I'm barely at home, at least when I get home, there's peace. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on now, like, get with it. So moving on. Jesus. So Cindy and Jennifer. So Cindy and Jennifer, this heifer wants to do a garage sale with her nasty hoarder house stuff, okay? She wants to do a garage sale. And so Jennifer is the one who did all the work for this garage sale. All the work. And she pretty much says Cindy did nothing. She did absolutely nothing, which we clearly believe that, because not only does she feel like, Jennifer has to earn her keep, but Cindy clearly comes off lazy as hell. Hell, we have seen her house. She comes off lazy. So, and she don't work. She don't work on top of that. So it's like, you have all day, every day to clean your house. You like literally, it's no excuses for it. So pretty much after this, we find out, of course, Cindy didn't do anything. And my thing is, you have 62 people who live in Vining, Minnesota. Who the hell is coming to this garage sale? Who? And she's like, I've never done a garage sale before. You don't need to do a garage sale, ma'am. You don't. You just need to throw that shit away. Like, that's all. And so at that point, Jennifer's like, you should have advertised this and posted it online. She's like, well, let's post it online now. She's like, you should have did that in advance. So while they're sitting there, whatever, Jennifer gets a text from her mom saying that, if she wants to see the kids, she can. And Jennifer is Jennifer is nervous due to the fact that how her mom treats her. And so I guess with her little small post, Cindy is able to get people to come to her garage sale. And child, while Jennifer was hoping there can be some money made, they only made $12.50. $12.50. What are you guys saying? She made less than exactly. Like, seriously, she should have put up a garage sale sign. No one wants to buy. She should have put up, she did a garage. She did put up the sign, but it's 62 people who really coming down that road. They probably only get one car down that road per every 3-4 hours. Ain't nobody gonna see that sign. So that's why freaking Jennifer was like, you should have sat up there and advertised it online. Even though probably half of them people don't even have the online access either. As far as I know, 62 people? No, ma'am, I'm going to miss that sale. She looked like a nasty housekeeper. Oh, yeah, she is. We've seen it. flies, all in fly traps and everything else. She's a hoarder for sure. Hoarder for sure. So literally, it's just like a hot, stinking mess. So Jennifer's nervous to go see her mom. They're driving. The way it makes it seem, her mother also lives in Vining, Minnesota. I don't know if they just did that because that's where Cindy is located, but I was like, if she lives in Vining, Minnesota, how can they not see each other? It's only 62 damn people in the town. So let's just say maybe they're in another town. Mom looks like she has a nice house. And so at that point, we see a picture of her kids. Her kids are cute, especially that little baby. Now, looks like all of them kids is biracial. And for only 62 people that live in Vining, my educated guess ain't none of them black. Just my educated guess. So I'm trying to figure out where she got some black peen from. Because all of her kids look like they mix. They mix with some black. So I was just like, where you find? I'm like, maybe you can't find this. You couldn't score your stuff in Vining. So whatever other town or city you went to, that's where you found it. Yes. People who bought from that sale need to deep clean for real. Shoot, they need to not just deep clean. They need to, I don't know. I wouldn't have touched it. She would have made more. Exactly. Is this lady in the pink a dog groomer? Hell no. She too dirty to be a dog groomer. Look, you would take your dog for your dog to get groomed at Cindy's house, and they will come out with fleas at her house. She don't need to be no dog groomer. She don't need to be no dog groomer. Nene should have made more with one order. Jennifer went out. She had to. Cindy isn't grooming herself. Thank you. Talk about it, Chris. You take your dog over there. Your dog will be dirtier leaving her house. Seriously. So she ends up going to her mom's house. Her little baby boy, the 1-year-old, is so adorable, so cute. And let's be very clear. Oh, you guys hit the like button on the way in. Hello, and say hello. But what I noticed about that child, which was quite interesting, that child was very comfortable with Jennifer. And she said when she went to prison, okay, she said that he wasn't even sitting up. Like he was a couple of months old. Now he's 1. She was able to pick up that baby and he kind of like laid into her bosom and all of that stuff with no hesitation. So I don't know if she was able to see him, but I don't think the way she described it, she didn't see him at all while she was locked up. So either he just senses that as his mother or he's just really friendly, but he seemed to be very comfortable with this woman that he hasn't seen in several months in the most important times of him growing up. So literally, I was just kind of like, that's interesting that he wasn't hesitant to go with his mom and to be around Cindy and not see his grandmama or his brothers and not freak out. Hey, Michelle. So yeah, so to me, I was like, he knows that's his mother. Like maybe it's just that connection and he felt really comfortable with her. Either way, the baby is just super duper cute. So she's like, well, I'm going to go and see about my other kids and, if they can come out so I can see them. And then the next thing you know, we don't see anything. We don't hear anything. And what we see is that finally we hear the mom saying that I guess the kids are doing something or they don't want to come out. She's making an excuse on why she can't see the 2 kids. And the next thing you know, she's like, okay, get off of our property. Now, let them tell it. Let Jennifer tell it. Her mom constantly does this. And she was giving her issues the whole entire time from that morning about her coming to see the kids. My educated guess, she didn't want them cameras there. That's going to be my educated guess. She didn't want the cameras there. You can come and see your kids, but it doesn't have to be a big production. That's what I'm going to assume instead of assuming the worst about the mom, because if the mom was really that bad, she wouldn't have took in her grandkids, in my opinion. And I have definitely seen people who say, those are not my kids, those are yours, so they're going to have to be in foster care until you get out because I'm not taking care of your kids. So she clearly has a heart to want to take care of her grandkids. Hey, Miss Charlie, what's up? So, yeah, but I have a feeling that she didn't want the production there. So when Jennifer comes out and she explains it to Cindy, this negative Nancy, when she starts off and she says, I'm sorry, I felt like that was enough. You said you're sorry, she can't see her kids, and you just keep it moving. Oh, but no. Oh, no, this negative heifer who ain't even got a relationship with her own kids, okay, mind you. This heifer, when they going back, she's like, well, that was hard. Your mom shouldn't treat you like that. They're your kids. You should be able to see them. She just keeps digging and digging and digging. Okay, just digging. And I'm thinking like, ma'am, you need to educate yourself on addicts, but at the same time, you need to stop talking. You can't even see your own grandkid, and your own child don't want to even have a relationship with you. And so, Jennifer's like, well, it is what it is. This is what, my mom is like. This is just how it is. And so Jennifer goes into, and I'm sorry, I have to just say it. I feel bad for Jennifer because of dealing with Cindy. But my whole thing is this. Jennifer goes into this mode like she's having a hard time, and she has tried her best to change or whatever, and it's just not good enough. And based on what I remember and based on her story, she was in jail for less than a year, maybe like I think about 9 months or something like that. And she went in there because of her addiction, if I am correct. You're saying you have tried so hard to change, and I'm not taking that from you. But I think personally, it's going to take more than 9 months to convince your mother that you're in the clear. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. Unfortunately, when you are dealing with an addict, sometimes your support has to be from afar. And sometimes your support mainly is taking care of your grandkids while your child gets their self together. But she almost is making it seem like she has had years of sobriety and her mother's not giving her the opportunity. And y'all let me know if I'm correct. She was in there for some months, and she went in there for addiction issues. So I think her mom is a little hesitant. She is a little hesitant. And can I blame her? No, I can't really blame her. And maybe because I have had plenty of family members who have gone through addiction. It is a process for everyone. It is a process for you to get clean and stay clean. And it's also a process for people to be able to trust you again, especially when it comes to the kids. And no telling what she put her mother through. So my thing though with Cindy is, Cindy, shut the hell up and stop digging that negative BS in her head and say, you know what? I am so sorry. Yes, this was a little setback, but the only thing you can do now is just continue to prove your mother wrong so you can get your kids back and you can permanently have them and, just have them full time and have full custody, and you don't have to worry about it. And I'm here to help you as much as I can. That's all you got to say. All of that other negative shit. And I'm thinking like, pot me kettle, like who are you to talk or question someone about what they mother should do when your own child is questioning your motherhood? Huh? How does that make sense? So, I feel bad for her, but at the same time, you have to give people, while people give you grace, you got to give them grace to be able to trust you again. And then she said, when will I be free? Baby, let me tell you something. Honey, I ain't got no priors. Black woman, well educated, believe it or not, as ratchet as I sound on here, but well educated. And sometimes I don't feel free. I can almost guarantee you, even with your priors, there are certain places in this freaking United States of America where you will be seen more as free than me. So what do you mean, when will I be free? You just got out. It's okay. The only issue that you really got right now is Cindy driving your ass crazy. But I was just like, when she said, when will I be free? Baby, you probably one of the most privileged people out there, even with your priors. I'm just saying. But with that, Cindy, shut the hell up and just encourage this woman if you're really going to be there for her. And then she made a comment that, oh, well, now that I know what's going on with her, I didn't realize she was going through so much, and me trying to always have her help me and to spend time with me. Again, spend time with you. No, she don't have to spend time with you. You guys are roommates. She don't have to see you at all. When I was in the dorms, I barely sometimes saw my roommate. Like, I barely saw my roommate, and I was glad to not see my roommate. I was glad. I like to have my personal time. Sometimes I don't want people in my space asking me questions. She don't have to spend time with you. You're lonely. And if you're lonely, go play some bingo somewhere. You probably got a whole bingo tournament in that freaking Vining, Minnesota, 62 people in the town place. Go play some bingo. Shit. That's all I'm saying. Good grief. Hey, you guys. Oh, y'all cutting up. Y'all cutting up. You definitely have a lot of sense and talent, Chris. Oh, thank you, Miss Charlie. I appreciate it. But I'm just saying, I'm over it. But I can see both sides in this, because when she was like, when will I be free? I said, baby, child. So I don't feel free sometimes. I have definitely, when I decided to wear my curly fro, I'd have been profiled by the police, even as a Black woman. And I ain't got no priors. Got a good job, Savannah, a good job, well educated. And I'd be looking like, damn, you would think I would have sat up there and spent time in prison my damn self, but I haven't. I ain't got no priors. Unpopular vote. I feel so bad for Jen. Some people, family just won't let you live a mistake down. True. But again, it's been months. Let me know if I heard that correctly. She literally was in there for like 9 months. She went in there because of her addiction issues, and she's just gotten out for a month. Her mother's probably hesitant, and rightfully so. There are kids involved, so I get it. I could see if she said, I've been clean for 9 years, and her mother won't let it down, but it's only been a couple of months, so I can see both sides. I feel bad for her, but I mainly feel bad for her because of her living with misery, not necessarily with her mother being hesitant. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. That pink ain't come from hair dye. Yeah, it came from her. Look, I don't know. Maybe she turned into a witch or something. That smell, right? Cindy needs to make it right with her own sons, and why they don't want. Exactly. Cindy had the nerve to say anything she don't have a relationship. Hey, exactly. So y'all get me. Y'all get me. I feel sorry for Jennifer. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I can see how you guys can see that side. I see her side, and I can see her mother's side too. And I can see her mother saying, I said you can come. Don't bring the cameras. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't bring the cameras. So let me see what you guys are saying. Exactly. Why did Cindy go with Jennifer anyways? She invited Jennifer like a dum-dum, invited Cindy. I said, what the hell? Don't you know you would have had a moment of freedom? What the hell is wrong with you? She invited her. She invited her. I was just like, oh, hell no. Say that again, Chris. Like MC once said, up out my face. Exactly. Like, ugh. But anywho, with that being said, let me move on. I'm so sick of this fool. I am so sick of him. And here I felt bad that he was living in the house of a liberal racist. A liberal racist, the one who will vote for Obama, the one who will say that they don't have a problem with Black people until they start moving into his community type of racist. But at this point, I'm Team David. I'm Team David. I'm over it. So David invites this fool to dinner. Let me see what you're saying, Michelle. Right. I think mom didn't want the cameras there, and I don't blame. Right. Especially when you got teenage kids involved. The other two are teenagers. They're teenagers. So I get where she's coming from. If that is the case. But let's get to this fool. So David invites Aaron to dinner to have a talk with him about the whole, prison reform and having someone move in to the house. And so he said, I invited him one-on-one so we can talk about this. But this asshole brings his ex with him, Lavina. Okay. Just invites her without telling David. She just pops up or whatever. And at that point, not only do we find out that, of course, David wasn't aware that Lavina was coming. Lavina wasn't even aware that they were going to meet someone for dinner. She didn't even know what was going on because she said that when she was speaking to production. And I said, see, this is what I'm talking about, Aaron. You are a selfish, inconsiderate asshole. You're manipulative. You a snake. You are a snake in the grass. So David tries to talk to Aaron about Don, the roommate who was in jail and needs a place to stay and is serious about prison reform. And Aaron is like, nah. You know what I'm saying? David can't see the hustle. Like, he can't see the hustle in people. And I'm like, yeah, that's what you think. That's what you think, which is why you trying to hustle him your damn self. And so Aaron tries to introduce Lavina again about being a roommate. And David, baby, David got you better go ahead and speak your piece, bro. Because he said, hold the hell up. You was talking so much shit about this girl when you got home. Talking about how she's a bad influence, how, you know what I'm saying, she took from you, she did this, she did that. So heck yeah, I'm going to be hesitant to have someone come into my house and you was talking all of this mess about how she's bad news, but now you want me to be completely convinced that she should move in. And Lavina is caught off guard. Like, what the hell? Like, what? Fool, you was talking about me? So even Lavina said, wait a minute. Look, he is a grown man. He made his own decision. She said, yes, I took money from his bank account, but I am not the reason why he is back in there. So the fact that he was saying this stuff about me, and Aaron looked so uncomfortable. He was like, well, talking to Lavina, I done talked mess. I talk shit or whatever the case may be. And David was like, look, the purpose was for us to actually have people in the house who want to change the system, not people who were just in the system, okay? And Lavina doesn't fit the bill. I haven't heard anything about her talking about prison reform. Just because she was in the system don't mean she's trying to save it or change it. So at that point, David is like, it's interesting that you kind of bring her here and make it to where, you know what I'm saying, like I have to face her and actually, talk about this in front of her. Is kind of manipulative. And then Aaron rolls his eyes like a damn female. But guess what? While you think you can hustle David, he knows what you're doing. He's just not the type to sit up there and rock the boat. He's very calm, collective. He ain't trying to get his ass kicked. He ain't trying to get you upset, but he sees what you're doing. And literally at this point, I think Lavina also sees what he's doing. Because what he thought was, well, if I spring Lavina on David, he's so weak or he's so easy to manipulate, he's going to say yes, because how can he not say yes if Lavina is right there? And he still said, I need time to think about this. He said, period. I need time to think about this. So then the next time we see them, David gets out the car and he says, look, I'm willing to compromise. Lavina can move in. Don doesn't have to move in, but we will work together to find someone that will be a good fit from prison that can move in. But Lavina can move in, but we're going to have someone else move in also. And so Aaron's like, so you're saying Lavina can move in, but also someone else moves in. He's like, nah. I don't want anyone else moving in or whatever and jeopardizing my sobriety. Lavina wouldn't hurt my progress. If anything, she would be a positive addition. You mean having your piece of booty in the house as a positive addition? Because that's the only positive addition that she could be in that household, because she has an addiction issue just like it. So what are you talking about? She would be a positive addition. You just like the fact that you could just walk across the hall to get some freaky tales. So miss me with that nonsense. So at that point, he's like, well, David said, look, I came with a compromise or whatever the case may be in this situation, but this is how it needs to go. And Aaron is like, I need for you to see her how I see her. How? He ain't getting no freaky tales from her. See, you clouded by your judgment on what she provides to you as far as your lust is concerned. That's it. That's all. He's never going to see it that way because he's thinking from a logical standpoint and you're thinking from an emotional, manipulative standpoint. So at that point, he's like, well, look, that's what my conclusion is, and that's the compromise. And Aaron says, well, look, if that's the case, then maybe I need to move out. Bye, Ninja. Bye, Ninja. Get the hell out. Get out. Because you just truly want things your way and you ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, but you trying to put your foot down. And I still haven't seen, still to this day, him paying money for rent. We haven't seen a job or nothing. So as far as we see it, David has probably been nice enough to say, for the first couple of months, you can stay here rent free until you get yourself together. And then you want to put your foot down? Miss me with that BS. Miss me with that BS. Aaron is giving squat for real. I ain't asking nobody permission to let. Hey, thank you. David letting Aaron run his crib. Thank you. Oh my gosh, he gonna want that woman gone a week. Thank you. Thank you. See, that's what I'm saying. Ain't paying. Not applying for no. We ain't seen none of that. None of that. None of that. So this is what I'm saying. And then you want to try to put your foot down? Get out of here. Exactly. I call him Gator. Crackhead, shimmy your ass out that house. Is David trying to run a halfway house himself because now he wants more inmates in the house? He's apparently trying to help. He let him tell he's trying to help inmates who don't have a place to stay, but also inmates who are trying to be about prison reform. I wouldn't put it past. I'm still kind of hesitant on if he's treating this situation like a project, but I also wouldn't put it past David if he has a nonprofit of some sort and he is getting some type of gain with this, that he has some type of nonprofit. I mean, if he's willing to do the work, I'm all for it. I don't care if you're black, brown, purple, green. If you're willing to do the work, I'm all for it. But, I'm still kind of hesitant, especially when he had his freaking Black Power section in his office where I was just like, dude, you got Huey P. Newton, you got all of this stuff. It don't take all of that to show how real you are about prison reform. Like, it just doesn't. But at the same time, Aaron can get the hell out. That's what he can do. Aaron can get the hell out. Straight up. It don't matter what David wants to do with his house. It's his. Exactly. So, y'all ready? Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. Are you ready? Are you ready? All right. Okay. So, we're back in Seattle, Washington, okay? And Annalisa is pretty much trying to get into that bathroom and gets into that bathroom and pushes her way through. And for whatever reason, Miss Honey is still sitting there. And I don't understand why. I don't even understand why she wants her face to be seen, because the other girl had a hoodie on and was like, I'm out. You don't need to see my face. But Miss Thing wanted to be seen. Now, here's my thing. What is wrong with this picture? What's wrong with this picture? Because let him tell it, he was inviting Honey up there so they can do the damn thing. That they can do the damn thing. And he even made a comment that he want to make sure that, Annalisa didn't hear the sounds of freaky tales going on in there. Well, I don't know if she just got there or that was literally the next morning. But my guess, look at homegirl's hair. Look at homegirl's hair. Okay. For someone who just had freaky tales, that hair is intact. I'm just saying. Okay. I was just looking like they either didn't do the do or he don't know how to do the do, and her hair was just fine. Because I was like, them edges were still laid, honey. So whatever you claim you had going on, it really didn't rock her world. Because she looked well put together for whatever reason. But anywho, let me move on. So at that point, I don't know why she's still there, but she's there. And when Annalisa is in the bathroom and she's pretty much checking him and whoever that girl is, Mark does the unthinkable. Like, really the unthinkable. He is literally all in Annalisa's face, all like chest to chest, got his face all scrunched up like he's ready to put hands on her. And it's literally like on the hood. You know what I'm saying? Like on the hood, bro, on the hood. And I'm like, sir, do you know you lucky that Veda had the restraint and maybe Annalisa don't have them hood cousins and uncles and nephews where she could have made a phone call and your last words could have been on the hood? Do you understand what you just did? And my whole thing is, if you talking about something on the hood, where's the hood at to help your sorry ass have a place to stay? Because see, when you talking about on the hood supposed to sit up there and be there for you when you get out, so you have a place to stay. But you had to stay with Annalisa and Veda, and literally your own family nor your hood wanted to deal with you, which is why you were staying with them. But you talking about something on the hood. So at that point, Veda hears the commotion, and Veda comes into the situation. And while he's still being disrespectful to Veda, he ain't chest to chest with Veda. He ain't chest to chest and scrunching up his face like this with Veda like he was with the woman. So that tells me right there, you a punk ass, because you willing to creep up on a woman like that, but you ain't willing to do that with Veda. And so Veda at that point was like, Annalisa, get out the way. And Annalisa, actually, she got out the way at that point. She was like, let him handle it. And he was like, man, what the F you doing, or whatever the case may be. And this freaking critter, Eddie Kane Jr. looking ass fool, he's sitting up there talking about something, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man, I don't do this type of stuff. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And you probably got triggered because clearly we done found out later on what the hell you possibly been doing out in the streets. And you thought she was one of your females, one of your working girls. And he literally, when he gets out of the house, he tried to say he got triggered because of him being in a small setting and literally, you know what I'm saying, him being in jail. Guess what? I can almost guarantee you there were COs who have been in that small setting, like in your cell, and checked you. And I bet you wasn't bucking up to them, female and all. So it wasn't the fact that you got triggered. You're just a disrespectful piece of shit. You're disrespectful. Your own family don't want nothing to do with you. And now at this point, the people who was trying to have your back, I would hope this is a done deal after what we saw here, because there would be no reason why you would allow this fool back in your house. So he leaves with that honey girl, and she's like, we good. I got him. You a fool to sit up there and deal with that man after the way he sat up there and came at that older woman who's old enough to be his mama. But if she's doing what we think she may be doing, she may be used to that behavior from him. Now, I don't know if she one of them. I don't know. But Annalisa's daughter comes and they tell her, first of all, you was right. And they pretty much explain what happened. And she pretty much says, I told you. So at this point, now that you know that this guy he talked a good game, but he didn't do what he said he was going to do, what are y'all trying to do? And at that point, Annalisa's like, he got to go. And then they look at Veda. Veda's like, he got to go. That's all the daughter needed to hear. And she was like, bet, I'll go pack up his shit. So she started packing up his shit. And then, baby, next thing you know, he got about 6 Motel 6 cards. And didn't I say the last freaking review that I did? I said, why can't you take these girls to a motel? He clearly know where the Motel 6 is. See, the thing is, and this is what I said, he knows where it is. He just wanted to sit up there and do that to be a rebel and an asshole, because I do think that he thought not only Annalisa, but Veda was weak and he could do whatever the hell he wanted to do. So then you see there's like 6 Motel 6 cards. Now, don't nobody sit up there and use Motel 6 cards and have them as souvenirs. They just don't. So the educated guess that even they speculated is that he uses those rooms to check on his girls, if you know what I mean, because he trying to be a PIMP, allegedly. Okay, so at that point, they find out not only was the Motel 6, but I guess they knew exactly what Motel 6, and this is the funniest part of the situation, because Veda was like, that Motel 6 is known as the Stroll, and the producer was like, have you been over there? He said, yeah, plenty of times, and Annalisa was like, hold the hell up. He was like, I done been over there with Annalisa. She's like, you ain't been over there with me and friends, and she was like, you ain't been over there with me, and his eyes got big real quick. I think what Veda hopefully was meaning was that we know, like, everybody, I don't care if you a senior citizen or you in your teenage years, everybody know where the Stroll is in they city. And so he probably was just saying, look, I done drove by there with you and friends plenty of times. So everybody know what goes down at that Motel 6. So at that point, they was like, oh, he really got to get up out of here. Baby, that daughter packed up everything. And Annalisa was like, put it on the porch. She said, hell no, I ain't putting it on the porch. I'm gonna put it right there on the street. I'm gonna put it on the freaking on the corner. It ain't staying over here. He don't even need to get close. He don't need to get close. Okay, like point blank, period. And she sits up there and she puts it right there on the curb. Baby, her face right here and both says it all. First face is, I told your asses. But see, the problem is, and I'll have to say this, and Annalisa, I'm going to say this if you listening. I think to a certain point, parents, no matter how old their kids get, they always think that their kids don't know anything. The daughter was definitely right. And sometimes I think as parents, especially when you have an adult child that literally has been successful and hasn't done the crazy things that, you know, you hear other kids do, sometimes you need to kind of take heed and maybe, you know, listen to your kids and get some advice on certain things, even though you are the parent, because she told you this and you even felt it in the car on the way to the prison, to the point where you was trying to shut her down and say, I don't want to hear all of this negative stuff, because you knew in your gut, in your spirit, in your intuition that this was not going to work. And pretty much the daughter said the same thing. And it was like, he need to get the hell up out of here. Okay. He needs to get the hell up out of here. And so next episode, baby. Yeah, next episode, this fool literally comes back to my, he wanted stuff. And you know what's so crazy is that, to me, Veda stepped up. But in my opinion, he didn't lose his cool, which is a good thing, because we don't need Veda going to jail over this bum. But you can tell even in him stepping up, he was hurt to step up. Y'all didn't see the pain in his face. He looked like he was hurt. He was hurt that he had to do that. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, and even Annalisa's daughter said, Veda got the biggest heart in here. So if he's at the point where he's saying you need to get up out of the house, it's a done deal. You know what I mean? Because he got the biggest heart and he patient. So to me, it was just like, I think it still hurt him that he had to do that. Because he even kept saying, well, what is wrong with him? I'm like, Veda, you know he was a no good ninja from the beginning. What do you mean what is wrong with him? You knew he crazy. He's ungrateful. He's a liar. He's a manipulator. Like, come on. He said all the right things just to have a place to stay so he can do what he felt like he wanted to do. Like, that's just what it is. So the next episode, baby, he go back to get his stuff, and Veda trying to say the one person that had your back is done with you too. And then you hear Mark saying, I will have the whole hood come to this house. For someone who claims you got it like that in the hood, why didn't the hood provide you with housing? Why didn't the hood provide you with housing? Why didn't one of your girls provide you with housing? So who is this hood? Because the hood ain't got love for you. You had to depend on Annalisa and Veda to give you housing. And then Annalisa says, this looked like a little boy who done messed up because he ran out of bluffs. No, I don't think that's the case. I just think he's a lost cause. And I hope y'all don't have another opportunity for him. I just hope. At this point, it's a done deal. Once he step up to you like that, it's over. It is absolutely over. Let me see what you guys are saying. Veda tried, but some people just can't help. Marcus, exactly. Honey not getting enough business traffic to pay them bills. Baby, Leo, did you celebrate? Oh, okay, you talking about the birthday. Mark said he got the whole hood pulling up. Yeah, but where was that hood? Last time I checked, people who truly respect you in the hood, because let's be clear, you know those people who, especially in the 80s, you know the big epidemic in the 80s, those kingpins who've been in prison for 20, 30 years, if they truly had the hood behind them, when they get out, a lot of them at least got a place to stay. That's when you know the hood, even if you're doing some shady stuff to make money, that's when you know the hood is there to have your back. If the hood had your back, Mark, why are you staying with these strangers that you don't know? Huh? I would like to know. How? I heard next week is the season finale. Good. Now, I was crying when he said, oh, yeah, exactly. It didn't come out right, but he almost kind of had he got big eyes like, oh, shit, I done messed up. Alexa played David Banner, Get Down on the Floor. They probably got kicked out of the motel too. Probably. Baby girl said, you ain't messing up my edges with them musty balls. Because I was just like, you making it seem like you about to put it down, baby. Last time I checked, putting it down, hair don't stay intact unless you got braids or a wig. But when it's your hair don't stay intact. Hell, a weave won't even stay intact if he's really putting it down. You know what I'm saying? Honey is the bottom beach, child. That definitely wasn't staged because looking at the screenshot, he was so close. Thank you. And you saw her face. She was like, am I dreaming or is this fool really close like this? Yeah. Moto 6 Mark, huh? Only taking in call. Exactly. Key cards must have run out of money. He had exactly. Or they kindly got those key cards and they was people in there in rotation or something. Like who knows, especially if that is the hotel motel that they go to. Who knows? Now I know why his mom ain't want. Exactly. Nobody in his family. He would have been on the hood of the police car getting handcuffed because I thank you. They could have avoided all of this just going to a motel. Right. So that tells you right there he wanted to be an asshole just to be an asshole because he thought he could run over them. Especially with Veda. He felt like Veda ain't going to do shit, so I can do whatever. That's what he really felt like. On the hood. Why the damn hood didn't? Exactly. Y'all, he got in her face. Oh, child, I wanted to smack. Thank you. It's a hot ass mess. Hi, Miss Pinkberry. Are you new? Welcome. I have a feeling Mark back in jail because if he wasn't, he would be all over social media. Yeah, you got a point there. And I honestly, at this point, I hope he is. If you're willing to get up on that lady like that and she old enough to be your mama, a woman, period, even a girl your age. But the fact that this is a woman who provided you with a place to stay, and because she telling you disrespecting her house and you need to get her up out of your house and get that girl up out of her house, and you sit up there and you like, don't play with me on the hood, don't play. I was like, oh no. Like straight up, that should be a parole violation on period. He got to go. Give him another 7 years. Maybe he'll learn his lesson. And the way he acts, I absolutely believe he will be on social media acting a fool. Although it seems like those in jail got social media access too, so I don't see why he wouldn't already have social media access. Ooh, Soka Addict. I like Soka too. Soka Addict. Welcome. Mark was doing the most for some random girl versus Veda who hasn't done enough to protect Mark from his wife. Yeah, this was, I guess, his moment that Annalisa was talking about. Annalisa joined my live last week and, pretty much gave her opinion on certain things and stated, how she felt about people seeing how Veda is, being seen on the show, her house being remodeled. She spoke about all that. So definitely check out last week inmate to roommate. She came in towards the end. But I still feel like at that point, he definitely checked the situation, but you could tell he was still hurt. He had to refrain. He had to kind of hold back to a certain extent. And again, yeah, because I'm sure if he would have put hands on him, unfortunately, he probably would have sat up there and would have been in handcuffs too. So to a certain extent, I'm glad he had the, he was able to kind of hold himself back, because Mark wouldn't be worth it. He wouldn't be worth it. He's a bum. If you got to climb a ladder for a man, he ain't the one. Let that sink in. Exactly. Climb a ladder. Do you hear me? It was staged. The emotion was real because, child, I got heated quickly. Exactly. Hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. Exactly. Hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. Exactly. But it ain't no hotel. Well, I guess it is a hotel. Exactly. Oh, so what about the green stuff? Do y'all think that was put there by production or Mark just forgot it? No, I think well, he didn't have a chance to get anything. You know what I mean? He didn't have a chance to get anything. So, like he pretty much had to run up out of that house at that point. Thanks for yeah, absolutely. Welcome to the crew, and thank you for actually saying something. We don't bite over here. Welcome. Exactly. Mark has the ingenuity to build a sneaker. Oh, because I'm like, wait, what? Okay, I thank you, Miss Charlie, that you blocking out and spelling it a certain way. Because I was like, wait a minute. Side door got measurements and everything, but refused to use his brain for other positive things. I mean, look, there's just certain people that can't be helped. It's just certain people that can't be helped. And he just ain't shit and a no good ninja. Next. Like, that's just one of those people, like, you can't help them. Like, that's just what it is. Whoa, show some respect. It was a rope ladder. Who cares? Ain't no woman ain't no real woman who know her worth about to climb up that sucker. It is what it is. Exactly. I'm never leaving my green. I would have been like, hold on, let me grab my stuff real quick. They wasn't giving him access. And he probably was nervous about what was about to happen to him, so he ran out of there because he didn't know what was going to happen. He didn't know, and for all we know, we could have heard, somebody could have said, I'm about to call the police, and he flipped out and ran and said, forget that. But yeah, that in itself, his green is probably a violation. It's probably a parole violation. So you see how stupid he is? Like, you don't even have the decency to have someone hold your stuff, and then when you go out, you can do it there. No, you brought it in someone's house where the parole officer knows where you live and needs to know what's going on at all time, and you brought it in that house. That got to be a violation. Americans have turned to desperation with the inflation, y'all. Otherwise, why would you do this? I'll be damned. Please, there ain't no freaking inflation situation on why he did that. He's just an asshole. Mark had to leave. He didn't have time to get anything. Yeah, but the fact that he brought it in there, they could probably call his PO right then and there and say, he got this green in the house. He got the herbs in the house. That's a violation. They really could. I know I would. I'm a civilian, so ain't no such thing as snitching in my protocol. I'm a civilian, and they civilians too. Homeowner, pay bills, law-abiding citizens, law-abiding citizens, and paying taxes and all that good stuff. Yeah, I'll tell him. I'll tell him in Harvey, come get him. Mark had to leave. Exactly. So with that being said, you guys, that was the end of the episode. Probably, like Leo said, the next episode is going to be the last one. We're going to see how this turns out. Annalisa said that she will probably return after the show is over with, so we can really get down to the nitty gritty, because I guess after the show she can really talk more, hopefully, and maybe we can get down to some things. Okay, I would have loved to see her daughter have interaction with one of them scallywags who disrespected her mama. I would have loved to see that, but at the same time, as much as I say that, it's a good job that she stayed away and didn't lose her cool, because really, when it all boils down to it, I joke around, you guys, but none of these fools that we have seen on here is worth your own freedom. It's just not. They're not worth it. Like, they're really not. They're not worth it, especially if you have no priors or anything else. Why would you lose your livelihood your freedom over these fools who seem to not have anything going for themselves and they don't care. Okay. So, and exactly, that's what I'm thinking. She didn't want to say what was in store, but it seems like this is what they do. Based on the live, she said her and her husband, this is what they do. They help inmates get out and try to, get their lives together. So I could see them being regulars on this show. They just need a grateful person who would be willing to do it. So it could be that they return to the show, but just with a whole nother inmate, totally different person. You know what I mean? I just hope that new person don't cause the drama that Mark caused. We need to know what was all cut out exactly. Now the daughter needs to stay away from right. Because trust and believe, I think there's a certain type of emotion that automatically comes over people when parents are disrespected. It is what it is. So I'm sure if she would have been there, especially when that girl called her mama a bitch, she would have activated. She would have been like, it's like it would have to take Jesus himself to hold her back, because that, don't let people disrespect your parents, period. I hope Veda or Annalisa hit you back. I hope so too. I was shocked she knew about my channel, and I appreciate that she was willing to respond to certain things and come up and speak. So I appreciated that. I'm never leaving that home. Look, y'all talking about the blow your smoke. They might not come back, but then their storyline did carry the season. Yeah, maybe they'll come back with a new person that they're trying to help. Maybe. I just hope it's not Mark, because I just don't see him changing. Something's really going to have to happen to him for him to realize how good he had it with those people. He was just ungrateful from the beginning. That was epic when it was really nice of her, because she didn't have to do that. So we'll see if she comes back for the finale. But with that being said, you guys, thank you guys so much. In another 45 minutes or so, we're going into Love After Lockup. So y'all get ready for Love After Lockup. I need a moment to be able to, like give me something to drink and everything. But we are coming back in about 45 minutes or so. So get ready for our late night recap of Love After Lockup, because y'all know we get ratchet and live as all hell, and I am ready for it. So with that being said, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you on my next video. Toodles.